Hello.
Hi, Mr. Arad, how are you?
Good, thank you.
How is everything, Arad? How was your day today?
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Teacher, was the one which we had like the Google Meet the same as like the one which we have now?
Say again?
The Google Meet which like it was our school. Was it for this lesson?
No, it was not a lesson. It was a kind of online webinar, or let's say seminar, or let's say presentation. And Mr. Adalat was presenting about SASMO to other students. So I think more students want to participate in this contest. And so it was like a question and answer session. And students asked and some questions, and also we provided some answers and some information about SASMO and how it works, how to register, what kind of questions they should solve, and how should they prepare, and this kind of stuff. It was a conference. Okay.
But I think no one will join.
So what?
But I think no one will join.
What do you mean?
Because none of my classmates are like that.
No, there were a lot of students. It was from different schools, not only from one school. And I see a lot of students, and they ask a lot of questions. And anyway, they organized Arats, and they invited me. I just tried to answer some questions related to math, and that's it. It's not what I organized. They organized and they invited me, and that's it.
Teacher, can we do today the past question for SASMO? Because our teacher sent, can I send it to WhatsApp? Because the questions were like, some of them were hard.
Yeah, of course. The first questions: who is iPhone X?
Have no idea.
It is me, Javid. I didn't change name.
Okay, who are you? Are you a new student?
No, Javid.
Javid, Javid. Okay. All right, guys. Why do you? Arat, this question is for you. Why do you keep your camera off?
Because when you turn it, you are a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know why. Because I always move my head.
Of course, it's very natural, right? We are humans. You cannot just keep your head on one position.
But I move it so much.
Okay, then at least put your picture, Arat. At least I can see your picture in your profile. Right? When actually off, because I see only black screen. But if you just put your picture, I can see your picture at least. Okay, Eldar and Javid, right? Okay, guys, let's continue then. Yes, Arat, what was your question? Can you repeat, please?
It was a PDF. Can I send it in WhatsApp? It has two hard questions. I don't understand them. Can I send it?
I mean, you are sending questions to me?
No, I mean, it was sample questions for SASMO.
Okay.
It, I don't understand some of the questions. Can I send it?
Yeah, you want to send those questions to me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, do it. Why not? All right. Arat, today now I want to finish this chapter. Okay, I want to start the next chapter. And this month also, let's just go as much as we can. And after that, I'm thinking that starting from January, maybe, I mean, maybe once a week, we will try to solve some non-standard questions. That is SASMO type questions, okay? So now we should go a bit fast. Okay. Okay. All right. So how many of them could you solve?
I didn't completely solve them, but I went through. I did answer question 3 and one sec, the one which with the circle. 3, 7, and 8. Actually, all of them, because I don't think my solution is correct, but
Okay, all right. All right, let's have a look at this, okay, a bit later. Maybe let me finish this chapter, then after that we can discuss those questions. This kind of questions, Arat, you may have a question, any problem, Javid, Eldar, also the same for you, okay? If you send me a bit earlier, I will prepare them in like slideshow, so it will be easy to organize. Otherwise, during the class time, just open this in PDF file and solve there. It's not so, it's so messy, you know, without preparation. Because if you have practice, fine. But when you are discussing something with people, if you just come to this kind of meetings without preparation, you may waste time. Do you agree?
yes, actually, I wanted to send it. Then I understood that we have that meeting, so I didn't send it. I waited, and then I saw this meeting
Okay.
is that one.
Maybe one or two questions we can solve, okay? And after that, we will see. Maybe we can solve all. We will see, okay? Because first, this kind of questions are at first you have to try, okay? Only we need to discuss the questions that you tried, but you couldn't understand. I mean, you couldn't solve it. Okay. All right, guys, let's continue. So we were talking about coordinate geometry. We have two questions left, okay? Let's do them and I will finish this chapter. And last time we talked about a circle. We did these examples. And as you see here, the idea is simple. Now, the next task is how can you use your knowledge to solve problems, right? Actually, life is like this. We learn something. And what you know, if you can practice well in real life, you are successful, right? And you know a bunch of information, a lot of information, but you don't know how to use it. Like, for example, you're reading a book about how to drive a car, for example. You know that you have to sit, you have to check the rear mirrors, right? And always keep your hands on the steering wheel and blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is the theory part. But even if you know the theory very well, if you do not have practice, you cannot drive a car well, right? Because by driving one time, 2 times, 3 times, you will gain a kind of confidence and experience. The same thing here. Also in math, you get a knowledge, and to actually gain more confidence, we have to solve different types of questions. And that's what we are doing here. All right. Let me just solve one question here together. One question together, and then the last question I will ask you, and we will finish the class. Okay, just a minute. Question, go out, please. Go out. Go out. Go out. Okay. So quickly, it's just a reminder for you, okay? Warm up, and next question you will solve this. I will give you 4 minutes to solve the next question. So in this question, the line y equals 2x plus 5 cuts the circle x squared plus y squared equals 10 at 2 points A and B. Immediately, do we have a circle? We don't have. Let me just draw this. So as you see from the circle, the center is at the origin, right? So we are talking about this kind of circle. That's our circle. So here, the radius is square root of 10. So these points, even we know that these points are, what are this? Square root of 10. And this one is minus square root of 10. And this point is square root of 10. And this point is minus square root of 10. And this is our x-axis, this is our y-axis. And from here, y equals 2x plus 5. I don't know, it is something like this. Even I don't have to draw this x and y-axis. We are talking about this line, right? What is it? Okay, let me just do any line. Maybe if it is wrong, I can just redraw this. It says that the line cuts the circle at 2 points, A and B. Let's say this is point A and this is point B, right? And find the coordinates of A and B. Question A. How do you find the coordinates of A and B? All right. Here, as you see, these points, right, they belong to the circle, right? And we know that the equation of this line is y is equal to 2x plus 5. Immediately, what does it mean? It means that if x coordinate of B is, let's say, it is x sub 0, and y coordinate should be 2x sub 0 plus 5, right? Because this relationship shows how x and y coordinates are related to each other. At the same time, if the coordinates of A, let's say x coordinate is x sub 1, and y coordinate is y sub 1, which is equal to 2x1 plus 5. And simply that means that since these points actually also belong to the circle, to the line at the same time, and this is how we are manipulating the equation of the straight line. Anyway, so that means that if I substitute the coordinates of these points, right, into the equation of this circle, it must satisfy the equation, right? Because one point, it belongs to two different graphs. One is the circle, another one is a straight line. So if I substitute here, x squared plus, how about on the circle? Actually, this y at the same time also that's equal to 2x plus 5 squared. On the right hand side, we have 10. Now, if you simplify this, from here we have 2x squared, 4x squared. So here we have 5x squared plus 2x times 5, 10x times 2, that is 20x, plus here we have 25 minus 10, that's equal to plus 15, is equal to 0. All these numbers are divisible by 5. Let's divide both sides of the equation by 5. Here we have 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. It's just a simple quadratic equation. We can solve this by factorization, right? I can just factorize that x plus 1 and the x plus 3 is equal to 0. So here we have x equals -1 or x equals -3. Now from here, if the corresponding values of y, right? If you just substitute into this equation that y equals to x plus 5, if x equals -1, 2 times -1, -2 plus 5, that's equal to 3. So y is equal to 3. And how about if x equals -3, -6 plus 5, that's equal to -1. Okay, now dot, the coordinates of A, according to here, right, is equal to, what is it? -3 and -1. And how about the coordinates of B? It is -1 and 3. Okay, so this is not actually our, what is it? Anyway, our circle is something like this, right? Something like this. Here, actually, our point is B, because this one is -1 and 3. This point is -1, right? And it's 3. Anyway, these are the coordinates. That's why, actually, I think we should not draw x and y axis. At the time, we can see the clearer picture. So how about question B, the equation of the perpendicular bisector of AB, and show that it passes. Actually, it should be it passes. Again. Okay, it passes through the center of the circle. So the question has two parts. First, we need to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector, right? Perpendicular bisector of AB. So that is our AB. Now, if I just write here, let's say we are talking about this line segment, and here we have A, and here we have B. The equation of the perpendicular bisector, we are talking about this line, right? So it just bisects this line segment, and that angle is 90 degrees. The question is, what is the equation of this line? Mx plus c. We are looking for this, okay? So, and also we know that if two lines are perpendicular to each other, that means that the product of the slopes must be equal to 1. Not 1, -1. So here, what is the equation of this line? It is y is equal to 2x plus 5, right? Just a second, guys. Let me answer Mr. Adalat. Hello, we are in the class now. In the class, we have Arat, Javit, Eldar, and Hussein, 4 students. Thank you. All right. Okay. So the line that's passing through the points A and B, another line is passing through actually this line, right? So it's mx plus c. So that means that from here, m times, or let's say 2 times m should be equal to -1. Why? Because these two lines are perpendicular to each other, right? From here, what is the gradient of m? I mean that m, that's equal to -1 over 2. Okay. And how about this point? Let me just call this C. What are the coordinates of C? And we know the coordinates of C is just a midpoint. So the coordinates of C must be -3 plus -1 over 2, right? It is -3 plus -1 over 2, which is equal to -2. So in similar way, let me just continue here. We are talking about question B, and that's our line. And this is A, and this is B, and we are talking about this line. So it is y equals mx plus c. Now we have already found m. Our m is equal to -1 over 2. So m equals -1 over 2. And we are talking about the coordinates of c. And the coordinates of c, let me just write here. A, it is -3 plus -1, right? And this -4 divided by 2, that's equal to -2. So that is -2. And how about y coordinate? Y coordinate is -1 plus 3, it is 2. 2 is divided by 2, that's equal to 1. So the coordinates of C is equal to 1. Now, we know how to write the equation of the straight line, right? Because we know its slope, m, and also it is passes through C, right? So how can you write this? From here, y is equal to, what's going on? Y is equal to mx plus c. So it is passing through the point C. That means that when x equals -2, y should be equal to 1. So here we have 1. And what is m? M is -12 times x is -2 plus c. Now from here, our c is equal to 0, right? We were expecting this because we know that, as you see here, if we are talking about this line, right, and it must pass through the origin because the origin is the center of the circle and it's bisecting this line segment. All right, so what is the equation of the what is it, perpendicular bisector? That is y is equal to -12 x. That is the equation. And how about the last question? The coordinates of the points where the perpendicular bisector cuts the circle, right? As you see here, it's cutting the circle at this point. Let's say this point, we call this D, right? Again, we know the equation of this blue line, right? And that means that the coordinates of D, let me just see here, the coordinates of D, let's say they are A and B, it should be in this form. Maybe this A, right? And it's lying also on this line. Y coordinate should be -1 over 2a. And what is the equation of our circle? Equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to 10. And since this also point belongs to the circle, it must satisfy the equation, right? I mean, the coordinates of point D must satisfy the equation of the circle. So if you substitute here, a squared plus, how about b, y, -12 a squared is equal to 10. And 1 over 4, 1 plus 1 over 4, that is 5 over 4, a squared is equal to 10. From here, what is a squared? 40 over 5, that's equal to 8. So a should be equal to plus minus 2 square root of 2, right? And we know that actually our a, it must be positive, right? Because in our circle, actually it cuts the circle at 2 different points. Number one is D, another point also here, this point is E. So what is the question here? Okay, the coordinates of the points, right? So we need to find the coordinates of D and E. So dot coordinates of D, the first point, if A equals 2 square root of 2 and Y coordinate is -1 over 2 times A, that's equal to minus square root of 2. And how about point E? If it is minus 2 square root of 2, then y coordinate will be square root of 2. Yes, Arat, Javed, Elda, Hussein, if you have any questions, I mean, any steps, any points that you didn't get or it's not clear, you may ask. We can have a discussion over this question. If not, I will ask you the last question. Javed, did you understand everything?
Yes.
Very good. Hussein, how about you?
Also yes.
All right, very good. Guys, now the last question is for you. Okay, if you have a piece of paper, please do it on the piece of paper. If your answer is correct, you will send it to me. If not, then we will discuss together. Okay, you have 5 minutes to solve this question. You just tell me the answer, okay? Not your method, anything. Just tell me the answer. And your method, we will discuss after 5 minutes. Okay, so if you're ready, you can start. That is the question. Arad, can you see the question?
Yes.
All right. And suppose that you are sitting in the Math Olympiad, SASMO, and there's a question. How would you solve this? You have 5 minutes. All right, the time starts now.
Teacher, the equation of the red line is 2x plus 5 or the another one?
Wait. Circle O is centered at the point of origin with point P. Okay, you can see the P with coordinates 3, 4 lying on it. The line y equals to x plus 5 cuts the circle. Circle, okay. O is, all right. I think this one is, we don't need it.
But what the red line, the one which it says the equation of the
Okay,
circle?
okay, good, sorry. Now, circle O is centered at the point of origin with point P, 3, 4 lying on it. Okay, you can see the point P. And the red line, here we have the red line, 3x plus 4. Okay, the red line, 3x plus 4 minus 7, 0 intersects the circle at points A and B. Okay, as shown. What is the area of the quadrilateral? All right, that's the question. Sorry, all right. Now we can start from here.
Can the time restart?
Yes. Now I think it's clear, right? We are given a circle and P is on the circle, its coordinates are 3 and 4. Origin O is the center of the circle, and the equation of the red line is 3x plus 4y minus 7, and it cuts the circle at A and B. The question is the area of the quadrilateral.
It's a pistol. Ooh. No, I can help you.
Can we use calculator?
What did you say?
Nothing. Can we use calculator for the quadratic equation?
Hussein, Eldar, Javed, where is Alsu? Any answer?
Can we use calculator for the quadratic equation?
Yeah, you can use, but I don't think you have to use calculator for this question. But you can use if you need.
Because I used it, I get fraction.
It can be fraction, but they are not so difficult fraction. Okay, Arat, you may keep solving, but Javed, Hussein, Eldar, maybe I think you missed one clause. Of course, in different ways we can solve this problem, but here I can just tell you two different ideas, but I'm going to use one method here. Okay, so a circle is centered at the point of origin with points. All right, so here the coordinates of P, it is 3 and 4, and that is the origin, right? First, to answer this question, since the equation of the red line is given, we need to find the coordinates of A and B, right? And again, we are just using the same idea because this 3x plus 4y minus 7 equals 7, that's the equation. And what does equation mean? Equation shows how variables are related to each other, right? So from here, I can just find 4y. 4y is equal to minus 3x plus 7. And if you divide both sides by 4, we get y is equal to minus 3 over 4, x plus 7 over 4, right? So now if I substitute into the equation, we know the equation of the circle, right? Because this is O, and immediately I can find the radius. Okay, the first step, what is the radius of the circle? That's equal to square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared. That's equal to 5. And since it is 5, the equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared, because center is at the origin. Here we have 25. That is the equation of this circle. Number 2, now let's find the coordinates of A and B. So just using this relationship, right, we have to solve these equations together. So here we have x squared plus, what is y? Y is minus 3 over 4 x plus 7 over 4. Here we have squared. On the right hand side, we have 25, right? So here we have x squared plus, let me just take 1 over 4 squared out. So here we have 1 over 16 and minus 3x squared, 9x squared, minus 2 times 3, 6, 6 times 7, 42, 42x plus 49 is equal to 25. Right? All right, did you get something like this?
Yes.
So if you multiply both sides by 16, right, here we have 16x squared and plus 9. So here we have 25x squared and minus 42x and plus 49 minus and 16 times 25, that's equal to 400, right? Here we have 400, that's equal to 0. Okay, so from here I can simplify this.
I got them.
Yes,
48.
48.
Yes.
What do you mean?
The area.
Area.
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, recheck this. I think it's very close, but it's not 48. Okay, our equation here is, let me just write here. I don't have to write this again. And here, if you simplify this, we get 42x minus 3,851 is equal to 0. Is that correct? I think it's
Teacher, but
correct.
another way.
Huh?
I just, instead of like taking 1 over 16 out of it, I just did for each of them.
So what did you get here? Did you solve this quadratic equation?
Yes.
What did you get? What is x1?
X1 is -3, X2 is 4.68.
That 4.68. Can you tell me in fraction form?
Actually, my C is different. My C is 24.
Okay, I mean, say again. What did you say?
My C is 24, not minus 351.
24.
Yes.
Maybe you didn't multiply both sides by 16. I don't know, that's why.
I did. Actually, I forgot to multiply it by 25.
Yes. But your answer is correct. How much did you get? X2, 4.68. Can you tell me in fraction form, what is it?
I didn't find it because the C is different. Now I will find it.
Okay. Guys, anyway, Javed Hussein, I think you understand until here. Now we have quadratic equation, so we have to solve it. And big number, so let's just use the formula. Delta is equal to 42 squared. And here we see is minus, that's why here we have plus 4 times 25 times 351, which is equal to, what is the answer? What is calculator?
TJ, it was 4.68. I don't know why, how it happened, but this is...
Calculator. Okay. 42 minus 3510. All right. So
Teacher, it's
did you get a similar question?
yes. Now I checked it. I got it. Now I got -3 and 4.68 the x's.
Okay, that 4.68. Can you tell me in fraction form? What is it?
Fraction form. It just got it 4.68. It gave it decimal.
Okay, 4.68. We can change this into fraction anyway. 4.68, 4.68. So that is 117 over 25. That's the answer. Anyway, Javid, Hussein, Eldar, if you don't understand any point, you just let me know. I will try to explain once again. Now we got these answers. If I substitute here into the equation, we get y sub 1, right? What is y sub 1? Y sub 1 is -3 times -3 is 9. 9 over 4. 9 plus 7 is 16. So that's equal to 4. That's equal to 4. And how about y sub 2? I should substitute again into this equation. Y equals, what is it? Y equals minus 0.75 times x, that is 4.68 plus 1.75. That's equal to minus 44 over 25. Okay, so that is the answer. Guys, now we know the points, right? Here, the coordinates of A, it is -3 and 4. And coordinates of B, what is it? It is 117 over 25 minus 44 over 25, right? As you see here, x coordinate of B is positive and y coordinate is equal to negative. Okay. So now after this, we need to find the area of the quadrilateral, right? So here, I'll just show two different methods. But the second method, you will try yourself, but I will use the method that we studied in the previous section, okay? Now we know that this is the circle. Hussein, are you there? Eldar, how about you?
I'm here.
Eldar, can you tell me the name of this quadrilateral, APBO? What is the name of this quadrilateral?
Rhombus.
Rhombus, are you sure? Okay, actually more than rhombus, it looks like a kite, right?
Yeah.
Kite. Right, because rhombus, all sides are equal and also opposite angles are equal. But kite, anyway, here from this circle, as you see here, this side and this side is this radius, right? They are equal, right? But this side also actually this side, right? This one is equal to, sorry, this side. Is that right? All right, can you tell me why is it so? Why AP is equal to PB? Can you see that? Why AP is equal to PB?
Because it's like, because when you draw it, it becomes isosceles triangle.
That's right, because if I just join O and P, right? Because of the property of AOB, also it bisects these two lines, right? That means that also APB must be isosceles triangle. That means that that figure is a kite, okay? If it is kite, what is the area of kite? The area of kite is equal to D1 times D2 over 2, right? And here, in our case here, what is D1? D1 is OP, and how about D2? It is AB over 2. And we know how to find the distance. OP is just the radius of the circle. We know this is equal to 5, right? So let me just find here 5 times. How about AB? Also, you can find the length of AB and divide by 2. You will get the area. Okay. But now, guys, I'm going to use another one that we have studied in the previous section.
Teacher, can you send the solution of that triangle and square to the WhatsApp?
Which one?
The square under the, like, it was something like triangle. And this one, the solution.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
forgot it.
Okay. Guys, it is our next page actually. Okay, so I am going to erase all of this stuff because I'm going to write it here. So Arad, can you just tell me the coordinates of A and B? Do you remember?
I wrote all of them.
Here, A, right? Let me just write here, one by one.
Are we going to do the coordinate formula? Because I did it, I got 48.
Yes, now I'm going to show this. Use this. It's not 48. Maybe you didn't divide this by 2. Arad, that's why. The answer must be 24. So if you just write here the coordinates of O, it is 0 and 0. And coordinates of A, what are the coordinates of A? It is -3 and 4, -3 and 4. And coordinates of P, it is 3 and 4. And coordinates of B, what is it? It is 117 over 125, 117 over 25, and -44, -44 over 25. Now, Arad, you know that to find the area of A, P, B, O, I'm going to use this formula, 1 over 2, since it is quadrilateral. Here we have x1, x2, x3, x4, and here we have x5. Actually,
In coordinate formula, we should divide by 2 as well.
of course. Because how do you remember this? Here, it's all we are talking about the area of the trapezium, right? When you find the area of the trapezium, we have 1 over 2. That is how we actually had 1 over 2, if you remember. So guys, here, how we calculate this?
We
This
point
one,
the coordinate, we get 48,
right.
then divide by 2, it becomes.
In this direction, we just take them, multiply them, and take them plus, right? And in this direction, it is multiply and it is minus. So if I just write our coordinates, what is x1? It is 0, 0. And coordinates of A, -3 and 4. And coordinates of P, 3 and 4. B, 117 over 25, -44 over 25. And again, the first coordinates, it is 0, 0. Equals, here we have 1 over 2. The first one, 0 times 4, 0. -3 times 4, it is -12. And 3 times this, it is -75 over, not 75.
132.
Over 25. And multiply this is equal to 0. Minus, now here, -3 times 0. 0, 3 times 4, it is 12. And this times this, it is, what is it? Plus 4 times 117 over 25. And that's equal to 0. That's it. Now, here we have 1 over 2. -12, -12, that is -48, right? Minus, if you subtract this, -132, minus, right?
-12 is -24.
Okay, 24. And how about this? It is minus, minus. So it is 132 plus 4 times 117. It's 600, right? And 600 divided by 25, that's equal to 24. Okay. So if you add these two fractions, It's exactly 24. And as see here, if you remember, we just took this in clockwise direction, but we need to calculate this in anti-clockwise direction, right? Just to make this area, let me just put here minus. So that is equal to 24 units squared. So
My
dot,
only
dot, dot.
problem was divide by 2.
Sorry?
My only problem was divide by 2. I forgot that we should divide it by 2.
Yeah. But did you use this formula or different formula?
This one, coordinate one.
Okay. Javid, did you ever use this formula? Did you study this?
No.
Hussein, how about you? I think Hussein is sleeping. He's so tired today.
No, I didn't learn at school.
Okay. Guys, if you don't know, we have another method. As I told you, you should just find the distance between A and B using distance formula. And since, as I told, it's a kite, it's not a rhombus, right? Because all sides are not equal. This side is equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side. So it's a kite. So we know that the area of the kite is equal to 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. And also actually rhombus, the same thing, right? And also rhombus formula, it is diagonal 1 times diagonal 2/2. Okay, very good. Guys, that much is enough about coordinate geometry, okay? And now you have enough information about coordinate geometry. Maybe Javed and say maybe they join us a bit late, but Arat's, we almost learned everything, that you have enough now tool to solve any question related to coordinate geometry. These are the fundamental, the most important concepts. Okay, so guys, let's have break for 3 minutes. Okay, after 3 minutes, Arat, I will open your question. We will practice a few of them, okay, until we have time, and we will finish the class. Okay, 3-minute break.
And teacher, also, can you say the solution for that, the square one? Square under that one? The next slide.
Arat, I don't know, by mistake, I deleted it.
Solution?
Yes, or did I?
So
Yes, I deleted. But we can solve this quickly. If you remember, how did you solve this?
it was a slope
Now
one,
it
slope
seems
the
that we can
side.
have a rest. Yes.
I remember how we solved like the rise and round were equal, so A is the side and also the coordinate. But I forgot it. Where did we take A? I'm not A,
Yeah.
but how we solved for A.
Okay, I'm just writing here. The equation of this line is x. So if we just take that, let's say all sides are equal. If one side of the square is A, so this coordinate must be A. If it is A, this point is lying on the line, also it should be A. And the length of the square is A, so this point should be 2A. So then the coordinates of this point, let's say it is P, it is 2A and A. Now, what is the equation of this line? Actually, that's equal to y minus 4 over x minus 4. On the right hand side, we have gradient, right? 4 minus 0, that's equal to 4. 4 minus 10, that's equal to minus 6, or minus 2 over 3. From here, y is equal to minus 2 over 3, x minus 4 plus 4. Or if you simplify this, that's equal to minus 2 over 3x. Here we have plus 8 over 3. Is it 8 over 3?
Yes.
8 over 3 plus 4. What is it? Is it 20? Yes, 20, right? It's 20 over 3. Okay, so that's the first step. Now, second step is this P belongs to this line. Let's say this L. Since point P belongs to the line L, it must satisfy this equation. If you substitute here, what is y? Y equals A minus 2 over 3 times. How about x? X is 2A plus 20 over 3. So now if you solve this question, we will get that A is equal to 20 over 7. Okay, Arat, after the class, maybe I will just send the PDF of this file.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now let me.
Did Did the break started?
Yeah, I think so.
For how many minutes?
Say again?
For how many minutes do we have break?
Break is over, Arat.
What? Your sound didn't get.
Yeah, break is over. You want to have break?
Break is over.
Now we have only 3-minute break, but break time we just discussed your question, and we have only 15 minutes left. Arat, do you want to have some break, Arat?
No.
Okay, guys, Javed, Hussein, Eldar, let's get back to the class. Maybe 20 minutes more or 15 minutes more. Okay, then I will stop the class. I know you are tired, guys, so let's just have a look, and let me start new chapter next time. So these are SASMO grade 9 secondary sample questions. Arad, where did you get these questions?
Our teacher sent it.
So which one should we try, Arad? Can you just tell me maybe, or should we try all?
Can we not do the first one?
Can we do first one or can we not do first one?
Not do first one because
Okay.
it's easy.
All right, which one? Tell me one question. Let's do 6, for example. Okay. Did you try 6?
6. Yes, also.
Did you get the answer?
Answer is at the bottom.
No, I mean, could you solve it?
No, I just went for revision, the one which I didn't I could not find the solution. I said it. Some of them I didn't answer.
Anyway, let's just do this. Okay, we can actually practice all of them maybe. So for example, question 6, if you didn't solve it, what is the question here? If it says that 1 plus 1 over 2 squared plus 1 over 3 squared plus 1 over 4 squared and continues to infinity, right? Never stops. And it says that that is equal to x. We are just labeling this. What this sum is, we don't know. Maybe it goes to infinity or that's equal to x. Now, the question here is express 1 plus 1 over 2 squared plus 1 over 4 squared plus 1 over 6 squared plus 1 over 8 squared in terms of x, right? And let me just denote that thing, this one, by y, okay? The question is, what is y in terms of x? That is a question here, right? And if you just look at this, the first notice, right? What do you notice here? All the numbers in the denominator, right? The bases, they are even numbers. And we know that how do we obtain even numbers? And just multiplying 2 by natural numbers, right? 1 times 2. So now I can rewrite y like this. Y is equal to 1 plus, how about here? I can just write it as 1 over 2 times 1 squared. Plus the second one is 2 times 2 squared. And third one is 1 over 2 times 3 squared. And here we have 2 times 4 squared, dot, 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 constant infinity. Now here we have 1 plus, what we have here? Here we have 1 over 4 times 1 over 1 squared, right? And the second one is, again, 2 squared, it is 4, 1 over 4 times 2 squared. Third one, 1 over 2 squared is 4, and here we have 3 squared. And here we have 2 squared is 4, and here we have 4 squared, dot, dot, dot. As you see here, each fraction actually they have a common denominator. I mean, in the denominator, 4 is a common factor, right? I mean, common factor, okay. Here I can just take this out. Here I can write it as 1 over 4 times what we have here, 1 over 1 squared, that is 1, plus 1 over 2 squared, plus 1 over 3 squared, plus dot, 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 continue. But inside the bracket, what do you see here? Is equal to x, right?
X.
It's exactly the same thing. So that is equal to 1 plus x over 4. So now we have expressed y, I mean the given expression in terms of x. Okay?
Okay.
Another example, for example, find the exact value of this. Okay, usually if it goes to infinity, right? And the main point is, assume that, let me just denote this by X, okay? And just if you look at this one, let me just enlarge this. Now you can see much better. Okay. Now, if you just look at this one, is it the same as X? Because here, the point is, when we talk about infinity, right? That infinity, how do we understand infinity? Infinity is such a concept that whatever you think, you just think of any number, it just outgrows that number. That means that whatever you see, you just think the biggest number that is bigger than that number. So that means that if you just add many numbers to infinity, it does not change anything. If you just subtract any number from infinity, again, it does not change anything. Since, again, it's going to infinity, also, if you just start from here, 1 over 1 plus 1 over 1 plus, actually, it's the same thing. So here, let me just also actually denote this by X, because these two things are the same. So now I have this algebraic equation, 1 over 1 plus X is equal to X. So just we need to solve this equation to get the answer. So actually, we know that it's the quadratic equation, x squared plus x minus 1 is equal to 0, right? And how do you solve this? We know that x squared plus x plus 1 over 4 is equal to 3. Is it 1 over 4? Okay, 1 over 4 plus 3 over 4. Okay.
What happened?
I mean, I'm trying to solve this quadratic equation by completing the square method. Here we have x squared plus, here I can just write this 2 times 1 over 2 times x. So here we have 1 over 4 minus 1 over 4 minus 1 is equal to 0, right? I can write this in this form. And what is this? It is x plus 1 over 2 squared. How about on the right-hand side? On the right-hand side, we have 5 over 4. So that means that x plus 1 over 2 is equal to 5 over 2 square root of 5 over 2, or x plus 1 over 2 equals minus square root of 5 over 2. From the first one, what is x? X equals square root of 5 minus 1 over 2, right? And the second one is x equals minus square root of 5 minus 1 over 2. As you see here, the second part, right, this root is negative. And we are talking about 1 over 1 plus 1 over 1 plus. All of these numbers are positive, so this cannot be equal to negative. So that means that that thing should be equal to this. So the answer is that fraction is equal to exactly square root of 5 minus 1 over 2. Okay? Javid,
Okay.
how is it? Is it clear?
Yes.
Araj, how about you? Any question?
No. And can we complete 8 and 3?
You mean question 3 and question 8?
Yes.
Okay. Question 3. What is question 3? And Arat also here is exactly the same, not same, let's say similar question. As you see here, square root of x plus square root of x plus square root of this dot, 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 that means that that continues to infinity, right? So that never stops. It's like you have a kind of folder and you have infinite amount of money, for example. If you just give away $1 million, so that does not change the amount of money you have, right? We are talking about infinity. That is a definition of infinity, okay? So if the whole thing is equal to 4, how about if I just start from here? And again, it goes to infinity, right? It doesn't change anything. So here also that's equal to 4. So now we have this equation, x plus 4 is equal to 4. Now we know that actually from here, x is positive, right? Because we cannot write negative number under the square root. If you square both sides, here we have x plus 4 is equal to 16. What is x? X equals 12. So that answer is equal to 12. Okay?
Okay.
I have one question, Arat. Here, Arat, Javid, Hussein, for everybody. Let me just draw the line, okay? And here, let me just write here 1, and here we have 2. And I know I draw another straight line. Okay, here we have 1, and here we have, let me just write here 10 to the power 6, for example. Javid, question for you. Here, between 1 and 2, and between 1 and 6, in which line segments we have more points? In line segment A or in line segment B? And we are talking about this intervals. In which one actually we have more points, or in A or in B?
In B.
In B, right? Arat, how about you?
Both of them are equal.
Okay. Hussein, any idea?
Both of them are equal because there are infinity numbers between.
Exactly. That's the definition of infinity, right? Because here, the problem is, if I ask you how many points are there between 1 and 2, and you say that infinitely many, right? Because we cannot count this. We can count, but it's infinity. Because if you just say that, oh, Mr. Kasa, I found 2 numbers, actually that's the shortest distance. Okay, this one is, let's say, alpha, this is beta. Again, I can just divide this into 2, right? Actually, I have another point here where is equal to alpha plus beta over 2. That means that it never stops. So the number of points in line segment A or line segment B, actually we are talking about the line segments, they are equal. That is the point here. If you're talking about infinity, if you subtract something from infinity, or if you add something to infinity, it does not change the infinity, because that's the infinity. It's not a fixed number. And I'm trying to say here that we are just using this idea to solve this kind of problems. Okay, now let's go to question. You said 6 or 8?
8.
Okay, 8. The diagram shows a square of length 6. Okay, that is a square. That's what we know now. All sides are equal, and that's equal to 6, right? And 2 quarter circular arcs. So that one is, let me just write here, it is A, B, and C, and D. Our first arc, we are talking about these arcs, right? A, C, the first arc, and the second one is D, B, the second arc. Okay, as it is, as the picture suggests, that 2 quarter circular arcs of radius 6 centimeters. Find the area of the shaded region, leaving your answer in terms of pi and surds. Okay. Javid, do you have any idea? What do you think? How can we solve this problem?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, also, I don't know how to solve this, but what comes to my mind is, how about if I just join these points, D and these points?
Teacher, that way is not working.
Sorry, say again?
That way is not working because that way is like for that leaf one.
Okay, if this way doesn't work, okay, if it's triangle, I can find, okay. Here. All right. Okay. Just I need to find one side and divide this. All right, let's look at the picture. Because we need to do some kind of partition here, then we can solve this. It is 6. All right, it is 6. It is 6. I can find this area. So if I just draw the line, it divides the circle into 2 halves. Okay.
Maybe we can do it by trigonometry. Maybe.
Trigonometry?
Like by trigonometry, we find the coordinate of like the toppest one. Because the x is 3. Oh no, it's not working.
All right. Eldar, how about you? Tell us something. Okay, it's an arc. If I join, this doesn't work. This intersection point, how they're intersecting each other. Can we find this? Okay, just if I draw this circle, triangle, these are equal. It's 3. Times 3. All right. All right, Arats, let's have a look, okay? Because sometimes I don't think it's so difficult now. The idea doesn't come to me. Let me have a look. All right, sometimes all of a sudden, if you just start thinking and you're looking at the problem from one angle, the idea may not come. But I'm sure that it's not so complicated problem, especially this geometry. We should know how to look at the problem. Okay, so let me just try this, and after that we will discuss maybe in our next class, or if I solve this right after class, I will try this. Okay, I will just share the solution with you. Now I have no idea, because if you just draw, because here these two things are symmetric. Okay, if you just draw diagonal, and so these two areas are equal. All right, and this circle, and how about if I draw another diagonal here? Okay, so equal. No, it doesn't work. Right, this part, equation of the circle is 6. So what does it intersect here? XX. The problems, I can find this. Okay, all right, let's stop here. Let's not waste time. That's good, nice problem. But we will discuss in the next question, or I'll just solve this and share with you. If it's not clear, we will discuss again in the next class. Okay, Aras.
Thank you.
How about question 9? It's just algebra. And question 10, I think it's easy question. Okay. So
The answer is 12 pi minus
is it question 8 or 7?
8.
8.
Because it say in terms of pi.
12 pi minus 9 times square root of 3. Okay. Pi minus 6 pi. Okay, good. I think sometimes, if the idea doesn't come, it doesn't come. So you should just let it go, have some rest, drink tea, and after that, try again. No problem. Guys, thank you very much. Javed, Arat, Hussein, Eldar. Next time also, maybe I'll prepare some questions. We can practice some questions. At the same time, we will continue our topics, okay? If you have any questions anytime, you can share in WhatsApp, all right, Arad, like this, so we can have a discussion for the class for like 5 or 10 minutes. When we get bored, we can discuss this kind of questions. Guys, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
But
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye bye, guys. Take care. See you.